Hey world, it's being able to come back to another video. I just want to come back to this video just to reiterate the importance of paying yourself first. Okay, if you have a chance to like the videos, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Because we need to get this information out, fam. You already know that YouTube and these social media platforms are not friendly to those who want to open people's eyes to a level of consciousness and understanding, and overstanding that the society we live in right now is modern day slavery. And not only is it modern day slavery, it's mental manipulation, cognitive dissonance used at an all-time high, and the type of deception that could only be described as, hidden in plain sight. I mean, when you talk about, common sense isn't common, family. There were three major things that happened. This Ukraine war, the abortion rights debate, and now we got the gun rights debate, which has nothing to do with the price of gas, the price of eggs and bread, everything that's been inflated. I like to call it the middle class tax, because that's the only way that you can tax us even more and people not out in the streets. I mean, they teach you this in school that United States gained its independence from England because England wanted to tax them without representation. No taxation without representation. Only thing the United States did was took it to another level. And instead of calling them taxes like the British did, the Stamp Act, the Tea Act, the Sugar Act, all these different quote unquote taxes were basically, they were transparent with them. They told the colonists that came over here, listen, you guys are going to pay this tax. And that's that, right? Well, the same thing is happening now. They just changed the names because they know what they did back in the 1700s when it came to Great Britain putting all these taxes on them. It was a revolution. So they understand that, our nature to be taxed and taken advantage of, it has to be incognito. They know they can't put it out there because if they did, it would be a revolution in the streets. Okay? And like I said, the poor man's tax is the lottery, scratch off tickets. The middleman tax, middle class tax, inflation. Okay? And then, of course, the rich man tax is capital gains. Okay? They tax your capital gains. Now, those are the three groups of people that are affected by all of this. Remember, the fourth group, those that actually make these laws, the system, the elite, these are the ones that benefit from all of these taxes. And we want to call it the government. We want to call it the Illuminati. We want to call it, the elites. No, don't give them that credit. These are evil people. All right. And they basically all the private banks. Okay. And we want to blame the government. We want to blame the system. A system is not a person. A system is something created by a small group of people that they know will benefit them and affect the masses tremendously without them knowing it. Okay? I go back, I say something about the poor man's tax. Think about this. They come up with a system because they know they just can't raise taxes. Because they raise taxes, they know politicians will be frowned upon, and they, the voting corrupt system wouldn't be able to work. Okay, so they can't just come out openly and say, we're going to tax y'all more. Because remember, they have to keep us in a certain level of poverty, a certain level of stress, okay, and a certain level of divide and conquer. Once they have that, then they can continue this corrupt system. And this great reset that you hear talking about all the time, it's nothing that they haven't been doing forever. If you know that in 1971, 73, the United States went bankrupt again. They took the gold standard off. So now paper money is all it is. It's just paper. And your currency is actually your energy, the work that you put in. Like I say, it's amazing that right now on the television, all you're hearing about is mass shootings, the abortion rights debate, the gun rights debate. But it's hypocrisy and lunacy, because how are you going to talk about gun rights? But then on the other side, you want to tell us how many people are being shot in Chicago. All the time. Chicago shootings. But there's no debate about gun rights until they get these quote unquote mass shootings. That doesn't make sense to me. Oh, we need to change the gun laws. Why would you change gun laws? I mean, it's not citizens, law-abiding citizens that are buying guns that are doing these horrific things. No. Won't you look more into mental illness? Because, see, they know that's really what it's about. It ain't about no gun control. Gun control is basically they want to make sure they take our guns. So when they do try to pull another stunt like the pandemic or try to shut us down or put us on lockdown and force us to wear masks and stuff, they ain't got to worry about as many people having weapons. Okay, because what they're about to do, what they're doing now, they know it's going to get even worse. And so the fewer people have guns, the better it is for them. Because remember, the only reason guns were created because there's this group of insecure, inferior people, men, that had no hand-to-hand battle combat skills. And so guns were their only protection. All right? And now their only protection now is the lies and deception of this whole falsity of money. Poor people, spending a lot of their savings and the extra change to go buy lottery tickets and scratch-offs, just giving the money to the government. Because remember, that's the only way you can actually tax poor people, is by giving them the illusion that you can become rich by spending your money on scratch-offs in the lottery. And on the same time, pull on your heartstring by telling you that the money is collected from the local governments for lotteries and scratch-offs goes to the school districts or to increase our education system. Family, I've been a teacher 20 years, right? That money is not going to education. That money is not going to teachers. Because if that was the case, we would need teacher unions. Okay? If the monies were going toward education. So we know that's a lie. But it pulls on your heartstring because you figuring, okay, I may not won the lottery, but at least the money I spent is going to a good cause. No, it's not. You been to your kids' schools lately? Okay. Have you seen any improvements in their infrastructure? Have you seen any improvements in curriculum? Have you seen any improvement in higher education? No. Okay. And then of course you go to the middle class and higher middle class. They throw inflation at you. See, inflation doesn't affect poverty or really poor people because they don't have the money anyway. And a lot of people that are poor like that, they're getting some type of government assistance. Because, see, that's the objective. The objective is to get everybody a UBI, a universal basic income check, so that way they can control everything. They can control where you live, they can control what you eat, they can control, your kids going to school, they can control everything. That's the Great Reset. And so the inflation is to put middle class people in a vice grip. And guess what? They're not going to say anything because it's inflation. It has to happen. See, that's cognitive dissonance. And see, the politicians that you put in office, they're only figureheads. Remember, I told you, you've been in the garden a while, and I told you about the real actors and the fake actors. The real actors are those politicians, the judges, okay? The fake actors are everybody they use to influence your decisions and brainwash you on the television, on social media, i.e. professional athletes, i.e. entertainers, i.e. Singers, those that are used to draw your attention away from the things that you need to have your attention on, which is pay yourself first, take care of your kids, and protect the elderly. Okay? Anything else would be uncivilized. Okay? Anything else would be uncivilized. So family, take an opportunity to love yourself, pay yourself first. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe this video. And like I say, don't let the deception fool you because it's only going to get worse, family. It's only going to get worse. The deception is real. Okay. The last thing, family, make sure you, if you're thinking about buying a house, this is not a buyer's market right now. It's a seller's market. I anticipate probably the next 6 months to a year, houses are going to be dropping maybe 20 to 30 to 40% in value. Okay, because everything is inflated. Because, the housing market is a bubble. The stock market is a bubble. There are going to be great opportunities out there. Don't get it twisted, because remember, whatever it is you want to achieve in life, whatever it is you want to manifest, you can do that. All you got to do is just feel it, create it with your thoughts, manifest it with your mind, and feel it with your heart. And I promise you, it's going to happen. Remember, male and female are created in God's likeness, his image. The consciousness is the male. The subconsciousness is the female. What you plant the seed in your brain, in your mind, which is in your consciousness. The subconsciousness, the female, the queen inside, will bring you to life, will birth your ideals, will birth your happiness. But it has to start with your consciousness first. Not the seen, but the unseen. When you believe and feel it as actually happening, your subconscious mind will bring to fruition. Whatever you impress on your consciousness to your subconscious mind will express it, whether good and bad. That's why if you're feeling in a bad state of mind, you're feeling in a fallen state, you're feeling depressed, that's your conscious mind telling you that. And guess what? Your subconscious is going to produce everything it is that you're feeling. It's what you're feeling is the key. The feeling is the key. All right? All right, family, make sure you like, share, and subscribe once again. This is Being Willing. In the meantime, between time, may the Most High inside of you bring you joy. And being willing is out of 5,000.